Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's me, Dakota Fishman, and today we're going to be talking about what five familiars, five heroes, and just in general, like what my favorites are in general. Like as far as familiars go, I've kind of concluded, right, that Huey Hops is my favorite. Number one favorite familiar. Second runner up to that right now is Jade Worm. Third runner up from that is going to be Blackwing. And then from there, the fourth favorite is Griffin, and my fifth favorite is then going to be ultimately between all of these. It kind of it's always really tricky for me, and I say that because at this point, yeah, it becomes more ambiguous. But I would say really my fifth favorite from that point forward is any of the 600% boosts. So Bon Appetit, Gargantua, or even Blackwing are all namedly up there. But I could also say the same for any of the 100% boost familiars. So between one of those, I would say I kind of lean towards more likely if I was going to be really picky about it. And this is not even considering the attack boosts or anything outside of that, and we're just talking ability wise. I would say Saberfang out of all of them. Actually, if I was going to pick my fifth favorite familiar out of only five I could have, Saberfang is my favorite, and mostly has to do with the fact that a 15 hunt in a row is a huge, 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 huge useful support skill. I have found that ability to be so absolutely helpful in level 5 familiars, or monsters for that matter. Just, it's amazingly good. And so for that reason, I have to put it on my number 5, because it's just that good. Now, if we're talking heroes, all right, what are my 5 favorite heroes in the game right now? And I would say, ultimately, in order, right, I'm going to put Lore Weaver on the top. Hands down, probably the best out of all the heroes that you could have, because it's a healer, it's got army attack boosts, and generally, if you use it in Kassim, you use it in any other practice, 100% of the way, it's probably a very good choice to have. The next step from that, I think, really for a lot of people in terms of what you will get out of it and value, I really think Witch Doll is second up to that. And right from that, it has a lot to do with its Coliseum bonuses and the administrative bonuses. Now you might think, well, okay, it's green. But you say that, but you don't have it all the way upgraded. I say that mainly because it is, and really ultimately hands down, is probably one of the most useful familiar like heroes you could possibly have, because really you're getting so much value out of that hero that you really don't necessarily get with the others. And so for that reason, I'm really going to say for most people, the Witch Doll is probably the best hero to have. And the third hero out of these that I really kind of like to think is one of my favorite heroes in terms of just what it offers you is actually probably not one that everyone would pick, which isn't, any of the Wonder Heroes, but it's actually one of the heroes that you would lastly think. It's not Chronicler either, and it's not Ethereal Guide, not Twilight Priestess, and it's not Magmar, it's not Grimwolf, Master Cook, any of those. It's actually Prince of Thieves. Now, here's the reason why. I like Prince of Thieves for a reason that very few people will like him, and the fact that it has to do with the fact that he's got a research bonus and army attack bonus. He's also the only hero in the entire game that can dispel barriers, meaning that rose shields can be popped with it. You can actually pop a rose bubble. He can pop bubbles basically, which gives you a pretty good advantage. I've found that even in most cases when I'm having a hard time picking a solution to a certain team, Prince of Thieves ends up actually being one of my favorite choices to solve that. And that's unique to him and him only, really. There's not any other hero in the game that will do that. And so for value, I think that's something that is noteworthy. And something that really is just something unique to him and him only. Uh, Now, of course, if I was going to pick some other familiars, I think some that really jump out to me would be Grimwolf, Grove Guardian, and Steambot, because they're the only familiars in the game, or familiars, heroes, the only heroes in the game, right, that are going to give you pure one type bonuses, and those are by far the best of the best if you're ever going to do one types. But as far as usage goes, I think really in terms of what I end up using oftentimes, and this is really something more biased, so I'm not really recommending this. This is just more of a preference for me. But I really like using Petite Devil. I really like having Petite Devil. I think ever since this hero came out, it was one of my favorite heroes to use. Mostly because before which, Petite Devil was fun to use. You got to be able to stun players. He's kind of a, in a sense, he's a trickster, but he's also kind of a demon. He's kind of this weird character that really doesn't fall into any one camp. And, for that reason, I have to say that Petite Devil is one of my favorite heroes for that reason. Uh, and of course, if I was going to pick the next hero on this list, I really kind of think that it's probably going to have to be between, out of all the heroes that they've had, I really think one thing that really stands out to me is Cursed Hunter. I like Cursed Hunter in the fact that, where a lot of heroes that were set up in this game, it's also one of the only heroes, that, granted, you're getting merging speed and bonuses and a collision bonus, but it's also kind of cool in the fact that, you get HP, you get a Divine Award that shields up magic damage, you get Pierce, and then the Blades of Justice is a mid-range that does 2 times damage. I mean, there's a lot of little things, but I think mostly because it just kind of reminds me of, from Hulk. They have, Hulk and the Hulk Woman, and she kind of reminds me of Hulk Woman in a way. I mean, that's really the only thing I can think of. And the fact that she's kind of in this pirate costume, and it's kind of I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Out of a lot of heroes that they have in this game, this is one of the only few that I like. It always stands out to me. I see it and I go, "Hey, that's Joanna." I know right away that that's Cursed Hunter, and I don't really have to think too much on it. Of course, the fifth is it's going to be a free to play hero, but I'm going to tell you which one. It's Demon Slayer. Now, I like Demon Slayer not for what you would think. I don't like him because of his abilities. I don't care about them as much. I actually care more about his background, because his story is kind of interesting. So, Shroud is the second son of the Hailers family and a fearsome warrior. His life changed forever when he fell in love with Melatina, a female elf. He rekindled kindness in him, and then their blissful days ended when she perished in a fire set off by Shroud's foes. Yeah, that might not, this doesn't sound at all like the start to any action movie ever, right? But torn by grief, Shroud surrendered to Infinity's will for the power to avenge his lost love. In a way, I think that I can kind of I don't know, I can kind of sympathize with Demon Slayer in a sense, because it's he basically lost the love of his life, and the dude went into hell basically to avenge his lover. In a way, I kind of find that inspiring. It's kind of an interesting background to a character. But those are the 5 heroes that, for me at least, I kind of liked. They're my favorites. I don't know, but let me know what you guys, what are your favorite heroes, and I'll be looking to see which ones you guys prefer and why in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.